So a quick recap of the market action this week. Certainly we are seeing quite interesting price action ahead of many of the key events. At the start of this week, global equity markets were broadly receding, with Asian markets paying quite a bit of attention to what's happening in China, with the authorities zooming in on some of the bigger names that have carried Chinese markets up this year. And of course, we do know that in US markets, that reversal in terms of crude oil prices, WTI futures from about the $59 peak has certainly been one to create a bit of pressure for energy sector and also the broad index alike. But of course, into the middle of this week, we have certainly seen global equity markets pick up with the tax reform glow. So financial sector on the S&P 500 index had actually risen up to trade to gain 2.6% in Tuesday's session, for the overall S&P and Dow Jones index, both of which had actually seen 1% gain. That itself had been underpinned by the Senate actually pushing through their version of the tax bill to the floor for a vote. That may happen as early as Thursday. Certainly want to pay additional attention to. So in addition to that, for the rest of this week, what are some of the key items to take a close look upon? For those who really enjoy trading around events, I think this is probably one of the most fun and action-packed week that we possibly could have. And to kickstart this, in Wednesday, we have the US Q3 GDP that is going to be reviewed. The current market consensus is expecting a 3.2% quarter-on-quarter improvement, and that itself is actually a significant uptick from what I would say was actually a spectacular 3% in the first reading. And of course, for the market, we do know that the dollar index had actually bounced off the 92.50 support, seeing resistance at 94 levels. So I do think that prices itself will see that as a range to trade until we get what we may have to see with the tax reform vote. That itself really is the key driver for the US dollar and also US equity markets alike. For the Asian market side, we do have China's PMI for November that's going to be due into the end of this week. Official numbers out on Thursday, and also the Caixin manufacturing number out on Friday. The current market consensus is expecting a slight moderation to both, but that having said, we do know that that itself remains in the expansionary territory, and I don't think that is going to excite the market too much unless we see a very significant difference over there. But of course, we do know that this week, especially for those trading oil, it's going to be a big week with what's going to happen with the OPEC meeting. So oil prices have certainly surged very strongly in the recent sessions, and of course for WTI futures, some of the markets expecting $60 to be inside. Should we really do see what we're going to have with the OPEC extension, currently expected till the end of 2018, and of course potentially an evaluation that's to be set in June next year. And of course, there are also some of these concerns brewing and doubts currently. So should we actually see a less significant extension than what the market was expecting, either that or sell the news phenomenon? I do think that we're going to see quite a bit of reversal for prices, and support currently sits at around $56.50 for WTI futures and also $54 afterwards. So do I some of this key breaking of the support level? I think for the market, this is going to be the key event risk of the week.